Well, I was thinking today, right? You know what I'm saying about males and what I'm saying, males and females. So I want to know what actually makes a man a good man for a female. Y'all think?
Mm. Are the ladies can take a lead on this? Sound like a good question for the ladies to lead with. Huh?
I guess it depends from person to person, but I would think the basic stuff is just being somebody that can handle your finances well. You got to be able to be thoughtful and compassionate when it comes to your partner. Still be a leader. You got to know how to be hard, but when to be soft at the same time too, because it does require a little bit of softness when you're dealing with women. And yeah, just being able to handle your business overall in the home.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of guys would think today, what I'm saying, they good guys, right? They're a good man or whatever. But some females may think it's different. So, guys, they got a different opinion sometimes. Especially when you talk about yourself. I understand guys that that think they're a good guy, but me, I'm looking at them like, nah, bro, you messing up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, Junior, what you think? What's a good guy to a female? Like, what's your opinion?
All right, let me say this. I guess it's going to vary depending on the female because I'm not going to say all, but some. Some females will say that they want something, but then they'll say it with their mouth, but their actions will say something different. Like, a lot of females be like, look, I want to lead them. But when that man start leading and it's not with what she agrees with, then he's overbearing and he's oppressive. So, if you want to lead or not, you're going to have to trust his lead and trust his direction. And I think it depends on how a woman was raised because, like, if a woman didn't grow up with a father figure or had a bad experience with her father, in my opinion, I wouldn't think that she would have a good example on what a real man looks like or the things that he does because from my experiences, what I've seen is like women that didn't have a strong father in the house to, I guess, to set boundaries and limits. Anything that a man says is looked at as an attack to her. Any criticism as a man or any time he tries to give directions, it's attack. Or any time he criticizes, it's taken as an attack. So I think the way she was brought up, that can kind of dictate what a good and a bad man is.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Because a lot of females,
Can I add to that, Ross?
Yeah, go ahead.
I like what he said right there, because and that lets you know that we have to be a little bit more like vigilant and aware of the type of woman that we pick and that we choose. So you have to see that from the beginning. And when you see those traumas, I mean, sometimes you can stick in there, and sometimes, maybe you can influence her in such a way that you can shed those traumas. But it's an uphill battle. So some people can stay in there and fight in the trenches, and some people it's not made for them. So it's a matter of whether or not you're made to be that person to really sit in the trenches and show that person that love and attention and affection and instill that knowledge and that wisdom in them. And furthermore, the person has to be open to wisdom, though. Like they have to be susceptible to some sort of wisdom. Like, because if they're not, then that's just going to clash right there. So it's a matter if you mesh or not at the end of the day. That all comes back to chemistry. So me myself personally, if I can't, I want to choose right from the jump. I'd rather choose right from the jump. I don't want to go 5 years down the line. Like some people get into relationships and it's one way, and then they'll gain consciousness and wisdom and intellect, throughout that relationship, and then you look at the other person like, damn, you're not gonna level up. But I mean, it's a lot to put that on a person when that's never who they were. You see what I'm saying? And I've seen that a lot of times. I've seen it in marriages around me. I've never been married, but I've seen it in marriages around me where one person, you know, levels up and the other person is like, yeah, like stuff looking like, you know what I mean, like old girl. The video I seen, what's her name? The vegan chick with who's like 80 years old, and she been and her husband just looked like he was just on his last leg. You know what I mean? I forget her name, but that just goes to show you that's another one of those situations where, man, you know, I'm sitting here getting this good help. I'm sitting here getting this good information. I'm utilizing it. You see that I'm utilizing it, and you're still stuck on the same low vibration, that same low wavelength, and my frequency is up here, yours is down there. You know, so I just feel as though it's just imperative that you choose right from the jump. I mean, and I know that can't be the case every time. I wouldn't even say that cannot be the case every time. Sometimes, hell, you just, you know, you jump out of a plane and you make a parachute on the way down. Shit, you know. Maybe it's successful, maybe it's not. You know. Yeah. Maybe you fall and splat to the earth. You know what I mean? But yeah. Yeah, man. I think choosing is important. I mean, at the end of the day, nobody ain't putting a gun to our head, make us fuck with them. At the end of the day, that's what I always say. You chose that person. You know what I mean? So you got to take accountability, and you got to own up to your choices, male or female. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not gonna put everything on another person. I've seen that in the past, and I've raised my frequency to where it's like now, okay, that ain't worth it. You know. That going back and forth, that ain't worth it, yo. You know what? Hey, we good, you know. We ain't gonna trip on that, you know. Hey, shit, maybe you break her up out of that, you know. Give her a hug, kiss, you know, whisper some good nonsense in her ear, whatever, you know what I mean? But that's all the alleviation of ego, you know, because a lot of us get caught up in ego, and I think that's where a lot of relationships fail. Nobody wants to be the one to, concede, you know.
Hey, how big a part do you think romance play, like in today's relationships?
I don't know, man, because we in this I say a lot of times we in this microwave society where everybody wants instant results, like a damn 3-minute cup of noodles in the microwave, and I say I attribute a lot of that to social media. And people kind of, seeing that stuff like at a glance, and they making all these videos and all this craziness. Like, okay, it's like these ongoing. It's like a lot of ongoing male bashing and stuff like that, and people airing out their dirty laundry and stuff. And it's just like a lot of craziness. I don't want to put it solely on that, but it attributes a lot, in my opinion. So it's like, without you being able to filter that, you just get carried away in it. So the romance side of things, I think that we could put more romance in our relationship if we have a understanding of dialect, open communication, and let a person know that, hey, that's okay. Hey, I'm down with that. I mean, depending on what your level is, and I think that a lot of times, when you're on the same wavelength, then I think everything more so pans out. So the romance is going to come with us meshing well, the chemistry being on the same level. We got to say, if our chemistry works, then the romance is going to be automatic. And I would hope a person would choose correctly. According to their lifestyle or whatever the case may be, but you gotta be honest with yourself at the end of the day. I'm honest with myself as to what I want, what I don't want. I'm gonna voice my opinion on, and that all accumulates in romance. Like, you taking those, you taking your girl out here and there. You giving her flowers or whatever the case may be, and I think that. Yes, and I think that, all of that comes around tenfold.
Yeah, to me, I think, adventure plays a good part of it, and excitement, because you can kind of get caught up, you know what I'm saying, and doing the same old,
Yeah,
and things get,
routine. Yeah.
yeah, and things get boring, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but you gotta be able to, give the right attention, you know, and you gotta be humble, you know what I'm saying, in a relationship because,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times we can make things too big. You know what I'm saying? And it don't even have to be. You know, stuff that you really don't even care about. You know what I'm saying? Like you can blow it up and it can carry
Yeah.
on and,
Mm-hmm.
it can make, your person, kind of fall back from you. Because they thinking that you gon', keep on with it. Bring it up, whatever. So, and a lot of times, you got to think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? Do something different. Even if you got to make yourself, do something different. Like, say I don't, I don't like hiking. You know what I'm saying? Like, Buffy, we're going hiking. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it anyway. Because it ain't about the hike. It's about, spending time and, having fun with, what I'm saying, with my girl and, giving her the right attention.
Yeah, well,
You said my booty.
Terry, can I add something to it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna piggyback on Ahmad, what he said, like his microwave generation. It's like times have changed. We are in like the internet world where everything is quick and instant. For instance, I'm gonna use Bucket for example. Okay, now we meet by social media. We don't court. I don't see her out and start a conversation. We'll pass messages on social media, and let's just say Bucket got 10 pictures on her profile. Okay, she done been to Jamaica. Okay, she's a world traveler. Okay, she at the club with all her jewelry. Okay, she's a baller. So I'm gonna look at 10 pictures and I'm gonna make a judgment and think I know Buffy just from them 10 pictures I see on social media. And that's how we're getting to know each other nowadays. Because you have to say on social media, anybody could be anybody who they want on social media.
Yeah.
And that is true.
Like this, if I want to be a world traveler, I could put up pictures of Jamaica, like one trip that I took in Jamaica, and in different poses, I'm a world traveler. I could put on my cubic zirconium jewelry, flash it. I could be a baller if I want to. Anything I want to be. I could be this. I could go to the bank, get about 100 ones. Have me a cash telephone, put it up to my ear, a whole wad of cash. I could be a baller. I could be that. I could be anybody that I want to be on the internet. And when we show people these pictures, this is who we're presenting ourselves as, and this is who people interpret we as, instead of the courtship, like I said. And courtship has something to do with being romantic. We used to be like that. We used to court, but now in the social media world, we're looking at this image that Buffy's showing me on her Facebook profile, and that's who I think I know.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
And Raw, you said something like critical too as well when you were talking about women and like a man keeping it interesting, keeping it spicy, or woman keeping it spicy as far as from a place of romance. And I think that's critical, and I think that's key because I've seen situations like lately. Like people will be like, they ask those particular questions, like what, man, like you guys, or like even like me in my situation, like they'll ask like, oh man, like you guys, y'all do this, that, whatever the case may be, like I guess maybe my girl goes and says something about, oh yeah, whatever friend or whatever, and then in the marriage, and then the person is like, well, how can I get my person to do that? How can I get my person to be on that type of stuff? How can I get my person to? And it's crazy because you already, the person was already really who they were, and it kind of makes you wonder, like, hey, where does that leave a situation when you come to a place like that? When you come to a place like, okay, I want to experience this, or I want to experience that, or I want to, you know what I'm saying? But you're already married and you have this commitment, you know. But you come to this place like, Daddy, you know, now this I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to try this, I want to try that, I want to experiment, whatever the case may be, whatever your thing is. But you have somebody right there, and like I said, I've never been married, so I can't really speak on it. But I've always kind of been curious as to where does that leave a person, like. Because I couldn't really picture myself in that situation because I'm choosing from the get-go, from the jump. I want all the cards on the table. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to turn over every last card. Like, let's have these conversations. And I think communication is key as well. I think people just don't communicate the way that they should. Like, they don't have effective communication because a lot of times it's not active communication, it's passive. You know, like, it's not active listening. You do passive listening, you know, so people don't really key in on what a person is saying. They're not really hearing them. They're kind of like, oh, you know, yeah, and then they just keep it moving, you know. And I think that stuff like that just starts to add, and you know, like it's like, you know, pumping air into a balloon until one day it just bursts and pops, you know, because you just added so much of that to it, so much of that. You know, just kind of not homing in on what your partner's needs are and stuff like that. So you do have to have a open and put your ego out of the way at times and be open to what another person wants to do as well. Just as well as you have to be open to what I want to do. You got to be open to my interests. I have to be open to your interests. I'm gonna swallow my pride. You know, I'm swallowing my pride and be like, okay, yeah, we're doing that. Or they swallow their pride just as well. Because maybe they have picked up from me, and like I said, sometimes the case is in a relationship is that, you know, like let's say a male, for instance, like he raises his intellect and he raises his mindset. Then the woman, you know, gets the bug, catches that bug, and, you know, and it's the same way. Like you're kind of, you know, rubbing off on her in a good way, you know. And from a whatever you want to call it, intellectual, spiritual, metaphysical, whatever way. I mean, and now she receives that, and then I said, because you know, at the end of the day, love conquers all. True love, and true love comes with true understanding. If you don't have true understanding, you'll never know what love consists of. But we can't have that conversation. You know what I mean? It have a whole other topic. You know, because we could go, you know, around the world in these circles all day long. But unless a person has that level of understanding, then how can you know where I'm coming from? I mean, so I think that a person has to have a certain level of understanding or be rubbed and influenced by such a person, you know, in order to move up or catapult their intellect to another level in which now we're in sync. You know, now we're vibing. You know, like I'm free of ego. I have nothing to prove. You know, I know where I'm at, and I know what I want. You know. And I'm good, and hey, I'm not gonna straddle the fence, not gonna, you know, BS around, and and try to look like something in front of whoever or whatever the case may be. Because at the end of the day, I'm secure in my manhood, and I have nothing to prove to anyone else. You know, a lot of people, you know, gotta portray this certain image and perpetrate stuff like that. I think a lot of times with males, because we have this certain idea of what a man is supposed to be like, how a man is supposed to come out. And sometimes that is the case, but a lot of it is misunderstanding. I feel like because we have the wrong role models and stuff like that. So I know that can go both ways. You know what I'm saying? It can go male, it can go female, whatever the case may be. But yeah.
So I just say something about one thing you said as far as love conquers all. I don't necessarily agree with that. Love don't always conquer all, because you can really love somebody, but you guys aren't compatible and won't be able to be together. I've been where I loved people, but I knew that they were not the person that I should be with. You know.
That's a one-sided romance.
And you can love different that the other person can't really agree with. You know.
Well, how was it one-sided? Because we both loved each other, but we weren't compatible.
I mean, sometimes you can perceive it as a two-way love. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for a person's situation that I don't know, per se. But If it was really meant to be, then it would be. That's all I can say.
Is that even possible?
I don't agree with that because there are people who sometimes it's like at the wrong time. Like, I agree with you. You know, I don't think what he said, maybe he wasn't. Then you say maybe it wasn't love or something like that?
I was saying that more so, maybe it wasn't real love. Maybe it was what a person perceived to be love. At the time, from their understanding of love during that particular, endeavor.
But in that case, then arranged marriages wouldn't work. And oftentimes, arranged marriages last longer than the ones that we call ourselves being in love with each other going into on our own.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know people who get married within 6 months, which I know you can't put a time frame on it, but people get married within 6 months and it lasts longer than people who've been together for like 4 or 5 years. So,
I mean, time really don't really mean a whole lot because you could be in a miserable marriage forever. A lot of people are doing that right now.
That's true.
Yeah, well, can I add something to it? Okay, I'm gonna have to agree with the ladies on this about love because I used to. I hear people say love conquers all, but I don't think that that's always the case either because I could truly love this woman. She could truly love me. Okay, I'm organizing my money right. I'm very, I'm conscious with my money, but she'll mess everything up. And that mess up the compatibility. I love her to death, but if we keep being in this relationship together and she bad with money, we finna be in a broke house.
Right.
And I mean, so you have different things that you could be in love, but that person will end up ruining you if you keep on allowing love to dictate your feelings and make decisions. Because if you can't tell her to level up, how you saving money and stuff, and then she don't want to listen to you. You love her, but she don't want to listen to you. Then you got to make a decision. Either I'm finna ruin myself, or I'm gonna let my love for her ruin this relationship. Because every time I try to give her some game about how to be better with her money, that's gonna start an argument, or she don't want to listen. So I'm gonna have to make a choice. Just keep loving this woman like this, or let our finances go to hell.
Yeah, and I think that subconscious is also part of that. I call it that Disney fairy tale love that we saw on TV. I think that about everybody wants microwave things. That stuff happened before the internet because as little girls, I know I was influenced with the man always swooping in at the last moment and saving the day. Yeah, and so we have that fairy tale, that dream, because that's what we saw on TV coming up. When I graduated, high school, all I wanted to do was be some man's wife, have 2 or 3 little children, the house with the picket fence. And as I got out there and started dating, I realized that it didn't work like that. Them niggas was fire. You get me?
Yeah, and also let me say this. Now, I've heard this term before, and I'm believing it more and more. You could love somebody, but love don't pay them bills.
Exactly.
Put it like this: I could love a woman to death, but if these bills ain't getting paid, she gonna let me know where I stand in that relationship. And she could love me to death, but if Georgia Power cutting them lights off every other month, she's gonna let me know I'm doing something wrong. So it's a lot of stuff that love can't conquer, and that how you just can't, I guess, live on a relationship alone with just love.
But I gotta say, love is a motivation. Because when you love somebody, you can be inspired. You know what I'm saying, to do better. You can be inspired to change for the better. And also for the worse in some cases.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I remember.
Yeah, I was more so talking about like love from a place of like understanding. Not really like like love as far as because a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people in this world, they think they know what like real love is, but they really don't understand like not love from like just an emotional aspect, like the emotion. I'm talking about the inwardness, like the inwardness of love, the true understanding, the true connection, and the true balance, that you have within, the connection to the Creator, like that love right there. Like I know a lot of people perceive love when they think about love, they think of like, we love each other, man, woman, and we get in a little relationship, we do our little thing or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I love you, but that's your surface love right there. So I'm talking about more of an inward, in your inward world, not the material world, not the outward world, but that understanding of that connection to consciousness, to God consciousness within, like that level of love. From a place of intellect. So when you understand that, then I think that a lot of things can go a bit more further. They can kind of work things out a little more, or either that, either it's gonna gravitate you towards me, or it's gonna push you away from me. But ultimately, whatever it does, it works out for my betterment.
So let me ask y'all, how important is growth in a relationship? And when I mean growth, I mean, not as in love, but as in, making a person better, who you with.
I think that, well, honestly, I feel like everybody should always be growing, whether you're in a relationship or by yourself. I think that as long as you're living, you ought to be growing in some way. We're not going to be the same people in 6 months that we are today if we are actively trying to evolve,
Yeah, but
so growing is definitely important.
yeah, because people do. I mean, a lot of people stay the same for a while. I mean, a lot of people, like, they just, they don't want nothing else. And a lot of times, they be with a partner sometimes who don't want them to grow. A lot of times, female may want to go to school. You know what I'm saying? But a buddy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I can't help you. I ain't trying to make no sacrifices to help you. Maybe she got an idea, a business idea she want to pursue. You know what I'm saying? A buddy, like, nah, man, that ain't me. That ain't my job. You want to do that, so that's on you.
But that's why I don't believe in together forever. I do believe that people outgrow each other. And I would never be one to say, we've been married 20 years, we got all this time. But sometimes all people have together is all this time and nothing else. They don't like each other. They're on two different paths. So I believe that if at some point in time in our relationship, I'm going one way and you going another, and neither one of us want to make adjustments to each other, it's time to say, I've learned my lesson here. Thank you for this time and experience. Now it's time for me to go on out and have some new experience with something.
Yeah.
I don't believe on just hanging on to a relationship just to be hanging on. And I can love you enough to say, hey, this ain't working. I'm going to always love you. You're going to always hold a special place in my heart. But it's time for us to separate. That's that season, reason, or a lifetime thing, right? When your season is up, let it go.
But Buffy, let me ask you, coming into a relationship, right? You getting to know dude, right? A little bit, right? Shouldn't this stuff come into play then? Like, shouldn't you be investigating or, trying to see if dude, you know what I'm saying, can
Of course.
Yeah, but see, a lot of times people don't do that. Well, I put it like this, because sometimes, on the guy's end, you may not know that at the beginning, but that's something that you can learn, to especially if you see potential in a female. She's good with numbers, or she's you know what I'm saying, she got like a boss mentality. You know what I'm saying?
I learned a long time ago, you don't give nobody looking at their potential, because a lot of people have the potential to do a whole lot of things that they never ever accomplish in their lifetime.
Well, that's your job to motivate them then, and inspire them.
Well, yeah. Right.
So you got to motivate them, Ross.
Yeah,
Right.
because some people don't know their potential.
But that ain't my job to make
It's not her job.
Yeah, it's not my job to make you find your potential or to motivate you. You ought to have enough drive within yourself to be able to get that done for yourself. And then when we come together, it's like, oh, my man is the boss. He's on this page. He's trying to accomplish this, this, and this. And so I'm going to get in there and I'm accomplishing with him. But I'm not going to get in there and say, come on now, let's get your business plan together. Come on now, you know we need to be going down here to talk to these people about this. I'm not doing it.
I don't know that. To me, that's an attractive trait. What you think, Junior? To me, that's attractive when a female, look at you and be like, hey, but you kind of good at this right here, babe. You may want to try this or that. I'm gonna help you out. You know what I'm saying? You quit work and you pursue this, and I'm gonna work so you can get to where you need to be.
I mean, it might be attractive, but I ain't the mama. I'm not. You got all the motivation. And the crucial would be when you were younger and to discipline yourself to kind of be on the road to accomplish what it is you want to accomplish. I'll get in there and say, yeah, we can do this. Like, you come to me with a plan and say, hey, I want to start this business and I want to do this, this, and this. I ain't got no problem with you working to accomplish that. But if you have no drive and no desire to do that, I'm not interested in that doing the work for you. For example, I have a sister who, she married this dude, and he was really good at concrete work and all of that type of stuff, and he wanted a business. She built the business for him. The business plan, applying for all the licenses, getting the contractors and everything. And then they split up after he got the business going. After she got the business going, they split up. Guess what? He no longer has the business because he didn't have the sense enough to run it.
Yeah, but that still was.
She started going, and then when they quit, she asked the that she didn't want anything. But because he wasn't motivated to do all this stuff for himself, it fell apart after they split up.
Yeah, but that situation really could have went either way.
He never had to drive in the first place.
Yeah, but that situation could have went.
That's shot himself in the foot with that one.
Yeah, nah, bro, because that situation really could, it could have went either way. Because what if he would have took off with it? You know what I'm saying? And used that business to put them in a nice house and gave them a better life because of what what I'm saying, what she helped.
But he did though. But he did. He boosted off her the entire 12 years they were married. And I never tell anybody to leave their husband, but you need to leave him. He is a liability. I think it's time you talk your city out of his mouth and let him move on. And once she finally, and he was a chronic cheater, okay? So once she finally said enough is enough, and she got out of the situation, all of his stuff blew up. And now he wants to come back, but he only wants to come back because he knows that she will provide.
Yeah. So let me ask you, brother, if you was in that situation, right? When you want a guy to say, hey babe, hey, you got a real good personality. You ever thought about getting in the medical field? And you probably, now I never really thought about that. We was like, listen, I want you to get in school. You know what I'm saying? Go out and apply for the school. I'm gonna do what I need to do to make sure that you do that. All you gotta do is study, and do what you need to do in school to better yourself. Because I know that'll be a plus for both of us if you make it through.
I feel like if that's what I want to do, and he's going to support me in that, yes. I don't want anyone to push me to do anything that I don't have the passion or the drive to do, because I just be wasting your resources and your time trying to support me. If you could do that, because if I like to do half my spare time, but it ain't nothing that I want to make a living out of, and it ain't a passion for me, you pushing me to do that is going to probably make me resentful of you because you're pushing me to do something that I really don't want to do full time. Now, if that's my passion, and I'm saying, man, baby, I just want to be able to do hair all day. Yes, I would like people to say, well, go to school and get your life. And I take care of things while you get yourself together.
But a lot of people, you know, they can come from a background where they may be afraid of their potential. You know, because they could come from a family that ain't never really did a whole lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you
I
know,
do.
that could be a little different.
I think every mind needs to be made up though. I take myself for instance. My dad is the type of person that's a jack of all trades. And as a result, they had 3 girls, me and my 2 sisters, me and my little sister. We're just like my dad. We know a little bit about everything. And everything that we attempt to do, damn, we're perfect at. But I was so scared, I probably have actually succeeded. Get a messing up something like, and I know you gotta fail in order to make it, but I didn't want to fail, so I never pursued anything.
So when
Now, somebody coming along to motivate me, I don't know, because I got friends out there, why don't you do this, you do this? But there's a fear that I gotta get over. I don't care how much they push me. If I don't get past that fear, I don't think I would be successful.
Kiki, how you feel about that?
Oh, okay, so
Is it okay if I add my sister in, guys?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So y'all, you talk while I enter in.
okay, this is how I look at it. I'm kind of like,
Yeah, cuz. In some kind of way you got disconnected.
Yeah, I had got disconnected.
and I say married because I know. Hello. Hello.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I know there's been a situation where a woman help a man get on his feet, help him get to his career goals, and he bam, leave her for another woman.
Yep.
And that's something that we fear that will happen if we help this man get to where he want to be and needs to be. And he making all this money and living this good life. Now another woman is reaping the benefits.
And that has happened to me as well. So that's my fear with helping a man get up on it. I won't do it again. I promise you, I won't do it again.
All right. So I have something to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you helped Terry get on his feet, and Terry left you for another woman. So you think Junior's gonna sit up there and suffer for that shit that Terry did in a new relationship?
Junior.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
But
Well,
what's going to happen is, I'm not going to, say for instance, if I empty my bank account to help Terry get his business started, and Terry leaves me once he gets his business started. Well, when I get to Junior, I'm going to
I want it now. That means we want it.
You know? Yeah.
yeah, but all right. Okay.
Counteracting on what
All right.
Junior said.
All right. This how it is. I better not find out that you did that to Terry. Because this thing about it, I'm the new man in town, so I'm thinking all the attention on me. This about to be low. And I find like I'm getting the basic dude treatment, and Terry got all this business paid long. Oh no.
Hey, y'all, hey, everybody. Let me say something. Hello. Who was that just calling? Junior? Who was that just calling?
Junior.
Junior. Okay, so you already done stepped in it with the basic dude mentality. Why can't it be that in my situation, you got $40,000 in the bank, by the time you're done helping your man finance his business, pay his bankroll, pay his workers' comp, and then he go run out with another woman, because I will never do it again as well. But I ain't trying to get with nobody to finance me. My next dude was already made it.
I got you on that.
You're going to meet me where I am.
You know what? I can't be mad at your blame on that, yeah.
Well,
Well, thank you very much.
Well,
Yeah, you
looking for no scrubs to take care of us. You're going to meet me where I am, and I'm going to be successful, and you are too. So we're going to be equally yoked in the financial department.
So wait now.
Everybody ain't looking to take care of a man.
I gotta say this right. Okay, so I'm sorry. Who is this?
This is Nika.
Okay, Nika. Okay, so Nika, you don't think it's possible for you to meet a guy, right? A good guy, you know what I'm saying? Who may be in a situation, right? You know what I'm saying? Financial, right? And you don't think it's possible for you to meet this guy and fall for him? Like, you don't. Like you'll just completely push away from him.
Yeah, no more Build-A-Bear. Nobody, no. We are, when you're 22 and 23 and you've got decades ahead of you, then you can invest in the Build-A-Bear. You can grow and you can build together. And you can make that journey and see where it goes. But when you are a mature woman or a mature man, you're 45, 50 years old, you don't have that much time to be building with somebody else to see what's going to happen in the future. Yeah, so we're going to come together already established.
I agree with you, because later on in life, in the 40s, men or women, there should be a point where they shouldn't be in a Build-A-Bear position once they hit 40.
Exactly. Yeah. We could already have made it, and let's get together and travel and have a good time. As we break up, you take your 20,000, I'll take my 20,000, and go on and meet somebody else who's already got it together as well. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I agree with you. Because I agree with you, because life is impermanent. You know, life is full of impermanent.
Yeah, but
nothing.
But when you meet somebody, right? You know, especially if you know yourself, right? And you know, you happy with this person. You know what I'm saying? You happy every time you see him. When y'all get together, man, y'all have such a good time. You know, like things, stuff like that happens. You know. So, and it don't really be about the money, you know what I'm saying? It be about that, man, this person make me feel so good, you know.
Let me say this person can make me feel so good, but if he's in a Build-A-Bear position, he ain't going to get to the point that he make me feel so good, because you're not going to pass the application process. The screening process is going to filter you out.
Okay.
All right. Now, I got to understand that the feelings never last. The storms are going to come. And when the storm comes, if I'm looking at you sideways, because you broke.
So June.
Because remember, when I pulled my last husband, he was broke as a doorknob. And I completely built him, completely. I went broke and almost lost my house. For the first time in my life, I had a car repossessed. And my payment for being that partner was to get cheated on. And for me to let you hold some money and you take the chick on vacation for so that's where I was. And I'm pretty sure not only women, but I'm pretty sure men
he's
have
still alive
as well. The only thing I can do is pray for him. I can't waste my time, my years on resentment. I'm done with that.
So hey, I would have been praying for him with a voodoo dog with my wish knocked on the phone on the other line.
So
it depends on where your face lies. My face don't lie there.
My face would have lied there that day.
Junior.
I wasn't angry. I was very upset and bitter for a little while. But then, what is your peace? Because you got to have peace in your life.
Yeah.
I'm a very happy person.
Put it like this. When my witch doctor on the phone would have had that voodoo doll sticking pins in her ass, I would have found peace. I would have been like, now I'm finding that.
Well, that's for your peace. You're wrong with that. That is not the time.
Yeah. So, Junior.
I don't have the time or energy to be hating about it.
So, Junior.
Yeah, and I told that.
There's a lesson in every law.
Yeah.
There's a lesson.
So Junior, if what she said would have came from a man, now how would the world would have took that?
All right. Now, all right. You know what? I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm gonna also talk to Bussy. I'm gonna talk to her. And what Bussy was saying, the way she explained her situation, I feel that. I've been through that. A lot of men go through that. A lot of women go through that. And the thing about it, how society perceives stuff, like when men, all right, like what happened to you, it was very bad. But a lot of us go through that every day in our forms. But see, the difference is when we go through it, we get pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That's all that comes with being a man. That man up, get over that shit. That's how life goes. And they tell us to keep trucking. Don't nobody have sympathy for us or look at it or make the women the villain when we get did like that. Because I'm gonna give y'all a prime example on how society holds men accountable, but they don't hold women accountable. For instance, y'all watch the Maury show. Okay, this woman come out there. Okay, Terry, you are not the father. Okay, next. And so what everybody does, everybody boos Terry. Boo, and he ain't even a daddy. Now Armand come out there. Armand, you are not the father. Everybody boo him. So 15 dudes later, Junior, you are not the father. And then the girl just breaks down. Everybody boo me too. But when that girl breaks down, the whole audience is consoling her and feeling sorry for her and all that. Like she's the victim, and Terry, Junior, and Armand, we are the villains. So,
but you know that stage, right? Now let's talk on social media. She's the biggest whore that it is.
Right.
Maury is saying
I ain't the father.
I'm just saying, I don't know what Maury show you've been watching, but because they drag those women and they're just gutter trash.
Right.
No, hold on. On any Maury show, they do the same thing. Okay, Terry, you are not the father. Boo, they start throwing shit at him, cussing Terry. Terry, you ain't shit. You a dog. Terry, you ain't shit. And he ain't even daddy. Armand come out there. Armand, the results say you are not the father. Armand, you ain't shit either. And the girl just busts out crying, damn, 15 motherfuckers later, and I still ain't found a father. Oh, but it'll be all right. You the victim, it'll be all right. It's all you.
You right.
Yeah,
It does
for
go
sure.
like that. You're right. He's right on with that. It does go down like that.
Yeah. That don't happen for real. You know that don't happen.
right. That's a TV show.
Who's laughing at that dude and you stressing that? You
All right. Listen, all right. Hold on, Bussy. Let me say this. I'm going to give you a good example. This happened in my past relationship. Okay. We went through, we was going together, and the woman put her hands on me. I ain't never put my hands on her. And so we actually went to counseling about all this. So, all this came out about her putting my hands on me. Guess what that counselor told me? Junior, good job. You did a good job of restraining yourself. And I'm like, what? So we get a pat on the back for being a good restrainer. It ain't no accountability. Like, look, you don't need to put your hands on a man in the first goddamn place. See, that's where the attention should have been at. I shouldn't have got no pat on the back for being a good steward for allowing a woman to just punch on me and having good restraint. Okay, he should have pointed at that woman and be like, look, you is lucky to still be alive because once you hit a man, I mean, I'm not saying men should hit women, but you don't know what's going to come next. You need to keep your hands to yourself. It ain't none of that inside. It's always better. But see, men get battered at all the time, and then if he calls the police, he'll pump. He's less than a man. But
we agree with that.
So it does play.
Are like enormous. We know the person. We don't know what it is to be a man. We know that everything is piled on y'all's shoulders, and we get a free walk. The government ain't even designed to help y'all out. We can do that. But, and we know it's not fair, but we know that there are double standards. Just like you can slap me, and if I slap you back, I call the police, you probably gonna go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I hit you, you call the police, and they looking at you like you're a punk. That is dead wrong. That is dead wrong. But on the flip side of that, let's talk about all the double standards now. Because I can screw two dudes, you can screw two women, and I'm going to be the host. We get frowned upon for doing the exact same thing y'all do, and that's just the way it is.
All right.
I can have three baby daddies, and you can have three baby mamas.
All right. All right. Let me answer this thing. What you just said about that. Okay, that's not a double standard. And I'm explaining to you why. It's not a double standard.
Nope.
It's the unfair cruelness of how life really is, because let's just say if me and you have a baby together. Unfortunately, and I didn't write the rules of this book. This is the laws of nature. Guess who's stuck with this baby? Guess who's obligated? So I could go out here and do this, and I'm not attached. But you, the mother, you are attached. That's not my law. That's the law of nature. So yes, the consequences is gonna be bigger on you than it is for me. So
Now, okay, I get that part, but why is it fair for a man to keep spreading his seed around and not take care of his child?
I don't condone it.
No.
I don't agree with it.
It's not. That's
But
not.
at the end of the day, that woman, she's gonna be stuck with that baby. Yeah, we can agree, disagree, be indifferent or what. But at the end of the day, that woman is gonna be stuck with that child, and that man, at the very worst case scenario, he might get child support. Very worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's fair at all.
But see, the thing is, a female is not a man. You know, so you know she really shouldn't be, you know, trying to compete with a man. You know, and how a man, you know, acts and stuff. You know, females are supposed to be, you know, special creatures. You know, so that's like, okay, if a man cheat on a female, right? A female's not gonna take it how a man gonna take it if she cheat on him, because if once a man give his heart to a female and she cheat, then now she contaminated. She ain't the same no more. But see, a man still gonna be the same. You know.
No, he's contaminated too. No. You contaminated just like she is. You opening her up to different diseases. You opening her up to get a bacteria infection. Me and somebody had a conversation about this on Facebook, and he was like, women trying to do what men do, and y'all just make yourself spread out and open yourself up to diseases. But what y'all fail to realize, when you lay down with Sue, Mary Ann, and Joanne, you throwing your woman's body out, so now she got a bacteria infection. Now you may give her HPV. Now you may give her something she can't get rid of. Because you want to be the man and sleep with 4 or 5 different women with no protection.
Hold on. Let me answer this real quick. And y'all finna get on my ass about this. But I'm finna be honest. Okay, Buster done been around the block. Everybody know about it. All the dudes know. Okay, nobody ain't gonna want to touch her. Okay, Junior, he done been around the block. This chick say, hold on. This woman say Junior can fuck. This woman say Junior can fuck. Junior got a reputation. Guess what? Women gonna keep coming to Junior because women, I'm not saying all women, but in general, all right, like the football player in high school, he got the most. Everybody know he done had everybody, but guess what? He still keep getting them over and over. But see, Terry, the nerd over there, you know, he's a virgin. Ain't no women coming to him. Everybody keep coming to Armand, the popular football player, and he getting them. It works different with women and men.
But what type of women are they? Are they wife material? Are they like really girlfriend material? Yeah, like what? And I'm just speaking for me. I'm not gonna sleep with somebody that half of the school I had, and I was like that in high school. So,
all right, now.
Biologically, he is right. Biologically, he is right. The attraction to a man is that swagger. He got the he got to have that thing about him.
Women don't want a man that other women are not attracted to.
That's correct. That's correct, y'all.
Yeah, and not saying the man is right.
I'm different. I don't want somebody I'm different.
I mean, not saying the man is right.
He's saying that you want a host, but in a woman's nature, women are not attracted to a man that other women are not attracted to.
You know, back in it, ain't you, baby?
Yeah, everything good.
You all good?
Yeah.
Nah, I gotta go in at 11.
on a dating
I
app,
got an
if
interview
you
tomorrow
look at
at 12:30.
the top
I gotta find me.
Shit, then buddy called me
80%
today.
of
Look,
women
he
are
called me
white
today. He said,
women.
you got a license to
And
carry?
then when you look
I
at
said, yeah.
women,
He said, bring your
men
license to
all
carry.
this
I
white
give you
women
2 more dollars. That's 20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
all of us are running for
I'm
the
good.
same.
Everybody pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So
And you know what? You are totally right. That 2% of men, that 80% of the women are here and sold. They probably done had 100 in that one day.
Yeah.
But
see,
you got Terry trying to swipe on every woman he can get, and you still watching videos and checking out. And ain't no women being on no.
we talk about this all the time, and here's where society and our culture falls off. The podcasts are blowing up because it looks like the entire community, internationally, they're faulting the women for not expanding their horizons. Terry the nerd, y'all go make everything. He'll be a good one. He'll be a good man. But the responsibility truly should lie on the men to step their game up. Don't fault us for not looking at you and running to you because you ain't got no swagger. Study the market and step so your sexual market value can increase. That's what the discussion is, instead of faulting women for trying to jump on one man's penis.
Yeah.
So what is swagger? Money?
Say that again, Terry.
What is swagger? Money?
Well, hold on, Bucket. Let me answer this for Terry, in my opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong. Woman look at he don't necessarily got to be a boss. The Bible is in place when she's picking a mate because she's get with a mate who can protect and provide. You know, and a woman shouldn't.
Yeah, Kiki.
Hey, what happened to the phone?
Oh no, let me see. Let me make sure. Hold on. Let me hang up and call you right back. You got 2 lines on here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Ain't nobody that can take care of them and protect them.
Yeah.
At school, they got this whole different energy about themselves, and a lot of them are both. But they got that magnetism that attracts the women, the girls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See,
And then I thought about the other thing I wanted to say when I was talking about the women can't do what men do. Now, we've all lived in little bitty towns. And we knew some whores, women and girls and whores. I ain't seen a damn whore in the little town that I'm in that couldn't get a man. And they still can get a man.
And I agree with that. Because now y'all gonna get on my behind about this. But I will say this, it's a lot of dudes, and everybody, all dudes ain't like this, but you got a lot of simps and men out there saving the women like that. It is a lot of dudes that do that, and I'm not down in them because everybody's different in, how they do things, So, yeah, man.
I just like the women want a man that can please her. Some of these dudes are happy to get that what y'all consider because they know he's gonna be good to him in the marriage that he needed to be good in.
Yeah. You're right about this. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So, but the question I have for you guys is, when do you all hold men responsible for what you all are lacking accountability as far as the state of what dating and relationships go? Everybody wants it. All these men got podcasts where they sitting up ragging on women. When do you guys hold them accountable?
They don't.
What?
Where's the podcast that are talking about, all right, brother, let's go get our shit. Let's lose some weight, men. let's go get our high blood pressure taken care of. If your penis don't get hard, let's go to the doctor and get that taken care of.
All right. Good.
Yeah, let's stop leading with our money, because what y'all do for real, is you know women like flashy things. You'll come talking about your cars, you take a picture with your car, you might accidentally flash the Rolex watch. You will attract that woman with that money, and you ain't got no substance behind it to maintain or sustain what she thinks she's about to get. So I like a podcast where men are out there holding men accountable for their own sexual market value.
But
All right, now, let me say this, and Terry can vouch for this. Me, Terry, and a couple of my other cousins, we actually got an inbox group on Facebook where we message each other. And Terry can tell you know, like, I message them sometimes. I'm like, fellas, let's do this fuck Thanksgiving challenge. What we gonna do, we're gonna eat the traditional dressing and all this. Let's do the baked chicken and eat healthy, because all of us, we're over 40. We got to take care of our health. And I even put in there, look, I don't tell everybody this, and this maybe is too much information, but I just got a prostate is damn big. When you get over 40, you need to get that DSO. So there can vouch for that. I try to uplift my brothers and hold some kind of accountability, like for our health and working out and all that. Matter of fact, I told Terry the other day, I just lost 45 pounds. So yeah. Thank you. Okay.
But let me ask you a question. I applaud that. I really applaud that. And even though your Facebook group may not be large, you're starting right where you are. And it will, so I appreciate that. You're looking out for your circle and your village right now. I think you can get a bigger audience. So let me ask you a question. When you see other podcasts and they are talking about this toxic discussion, my sister can tell you I don't watch any of that stuff because it's all toxic. Everybody's trying to get 15 minutes of fame when it comes to these relationships. But when you look at those relationships and you feel like you're led to comment, do you jump in the comments and say these women, or do you get in the comments and say, okay, men, what about them?
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. Well, all right. You know what? Actually, of all the YouTube videos, I have never gotten the comments. But also, let me say this: you get some of the dudes, they'll be like, okay, let's get on these men. But I want y'all to open y'all ears and listen for this. You got some dudes who will get in there about the dudes, but their intention is not to uplift the dudes. Their intention is to get pussy brownie points in hopes that they can brown nose these women into wagging their fingers at these men, hoping that they give them pussy points with the women. And that's their whole intention.
yeah.
But I ain't even talking about that. I'm just talking about you and your intentions, or the men that is in this call tonight. What are your intentions?
All right. Okay. I won't even comment on this podcast. What I would do, I'll give the information. Like, if it's something that you put in, I get usefulness out of it, and the bullshit that they talking in it, I just throw the bullshit away and just ingest the usefulness in that podcast.
And me personally, I be blaming the females because think about it, right? I mean, what a female be going through, most of the time it don't be new. Like, they have a history of seeing, you know, the guys, what the guys be, you know, what the guys be on. They know when the guy, yeah, you know, they know when the guy is a player or whatever, you know. But yet, that's what they go for. Nah, because me, I really look at both of them crazy. You know what I'm saying? The females and the guys. Because, you know, my thing is family, right? You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. You know, having a good family and you know, being happy. You know what I'm saying? Protecting your family, being a good person, you know. But these females, a lot of these females, they don't want that. You know what I'm saying? They want to go for the shine.
want me to wait?
But wait, this is what I want to ask you.
Oh no, you good. You good. You
So
good.
he already on his, he already, at what point
I don't owe him anything because he's not my friend, and I'm not going to ruin a friendship by telling him that she's cheating on him. I tell her that she's wrong. That's being a friend, letting a friend know what you're doing is wrong.
Right. And I okay, say that. Don't tell him call me and I'm not covering for you. Just I'll get no part.
Right.
You need to talk to me about it. But this what I want you two ladies on the phone to realize. Do you see how they just deflected and still didn't answer the question, immediately put it on the list?
Yeah.
They didn't answer the question.
Well, I do though, you know, because even with the guys at work, you know, like I said, I promote family. You know what I'm saying? And when I talk to the guys at work, you know, or even the guys in my you know, in my apartment, you know, that's because I know that family is, well, put like the lack of family to me is the reason why all these little young cats around here doing all this shooting, you know what I'm saying, shooting and stuff, because they don't, to me, they ain't got nothing to, you know, to stay free for or to not take chances for. So yeah, I promote, huh?
So what you being about family? Once again, your homeboys and your cousins and your brothers are sitting around and you know they cheating on their women. Or are you checking them and saying, no, this ain't cool?
Nah, I don't exactly, you know, do that because I mean, for the most part, the females know what they got.
Look, I would say it's really not even my place to really do that. You know, the only thing I can do is lead by example. You know, like me outing someone or something like that, like that ain't really thick. Like I'm not just gonna out someone.
I ain't talking about outing them by telling they woman. I'm saying that this is your man, your homeboy, and you know he got a good woman he's cheating on. You ain't gonna say, bro, why are you doing that? What's the problem? Or he's driving in the car with him, and you know he's married, and he's talking on the phone with his girlfriend.
Me and my what you call it, like I had those conversations with my brother all the time, you know, because he's dating someone right now, and I let him know all the time when he has his frustration in regard to the relationship that, hey, look, that's the energy you're putting out, so that's the energy that you're getting back. So like I tell him straight up. I mean, if my brother was on the line right now, he'd tell you like, yeah, bro, he called me all the time. That's why he called me, because he knows I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna bullshit. I'm not trying to win no brownie points with you, you know, because, hey, like I said originally, I'm securing myself as a male, you know, so I don't have a misunderstanding of what a male is and the way a male is supposed to move. A lot of us have a misunderstanding in that, you know, so that's why I'm here to offer that information. Whenever my brother needs an insight, I tell him straight up, like, hey, look, you know, like, yeah, you know, you doing this, or, you know, hey, you bringing that energy into your relationship. This is the reason why your situation is like that, because that's what you're putting out in the universe, so that's what you're getting back. You know, the laws of attraction. Yeah. So I let them know that every single time. Like, because I'm not here to win favoritism or anything like that. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you straight up. I'm going to tell any man, any woman straight up how I feel. You know, like when you guys are talking about, you know, like the men, when they come together and they having that type of talk, whatever. Hey, only thing I can bring is my perspective on it, you know. But I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna more so check you on it, but I'm gonna bring my perspective into it. You know what I mean? You know, because like in my opinion, high tides raise all ships. You know, so if I'm bringing if I'm bringing the truth, I mean you can't turn away from the truth. You know, the truth is gonna shine regardless. No matter how much you're in denial, you know. All right. So I'm gonna bring my perspective. I'm gonna bring my take on it, and I'm gonna let you know this is the way I feel about it. And the only thing I'm not gonna bring anything negative. Like positivity is the only thing that I promote. So I'm not gonna tell you anything wrong. You know, I'm not gonna join in on this whole, you know, corral, this whole mob mentality when it comes to, you know, like having those discussions with men and stuff like that. Hey, I'm gonna be honest and real. Hey, all I can do is be me and basically put my take on it, which is the right way. Whatever I feel is right, that's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to put out there in the atmosphere. What I feel is right. You know,
let me give y'all my take on it.
Okay.
All right. Now, this is my brother. For one thing, I'm going to be honest. I want to continue that conversation. The reason why I want it is because I don't know if she done denied this man is what I think. I don't know if hold on. I don't know if she's disrespecting you. I don't know what she's doing to make him feel like this. I don't know the whole situation. Put it like this, but I try to do the whole situation. I try to dig myself out of it because I don't know the whole situation, and I just try to avoid getting personal marriage, especially when it's marriage. I just try to avoid getting in.
You do know men cheat for no reason, right?
No, that's not true. That is not true.
All right. Women cheat when they are given a reason to.
No.
What about you? And they don't
Right.
They feel disrespected because a lot of times women, they don't realize how big disrespect is.
Oh.
Yeah.
So instead of communicating, they go out there and sleep with the next person that will sleep with them.
You know what happens though? You put it on the dynamic of a man's ego is very precious. When I was in my church group and we were sitting around the table and we were talking about our love languages, and the women were all talking about they needed Lord have mercy, quality time. No, that wasn't the women. Yes, well, okay, they needed some quality time and acts of service. And the men, surprisingly, alarmingly, they all needed affirmations. And I was like, dang, I've got a little test group here at church, and all these men need to be lifted up like they little children. You can do it, baby. Oh, you did such a great job. Oh, baby, you just did. They need to be lifted up. And if you put them in a position where they're not feeling like they can add anything to the relationship,
You making all the money. You the smartest one in the house. They don't feel like men anymore. And so they have to go out and pick up something that's going to give them that masculine feeling. And the problem at that point is not what she did, is you didn't open your mouth and say, hey, baby, you're emasculating me. I don't like it.
Exactly.
Like this. Yeah,
Hold on. I've seen men actually like express this to women, and they're so caught up in their feelings, how they feel. They're not worried about how that man feels because they're so caught up in their emotions. And the man trying to tell them, look, you know, I might go ahead and cheat because I'm not feeling like I'm man enough around you. You know, you have to stop putting this masculine energy always being combative with me. You know, that's hurting our relationship. A man can try to tell a woman that, but if she's so emotional, I ain't even studying how you feel. I'm worried about my emotions. I ain't studying your ass. And so then be like, look, I just tried to tell you 100 times before I did it. Since you don't want to listen, okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and do it. You was pre-warned.
Okay, like in my situation, you call all the shots in here anyway. So let me just step out and go out and talk to somebody who's gonna listen to me. All right, baby, I've had this actual conversation with my ex-husband. You are a man, and you're not a blind man, and there is nothing wrong with being attracted to another woman. Nothing wrong with that. Y'all ain't blind. So what's causing you to step outside of our relationship and actually, you know, cross boundaries and try to get in relationships and sexual activity with these women? Because you around here, you think you're running everything, you don't listen to me. Well, baby, when the last time you paid a mortgage? We've been in the house 12 years. When the last time you paid a mortgage, baby? When the plumbing break down, do you call and try to get the plumbing fixed, honey? When the cars break down, don't call for putting the cars in the shop. Mm-hmm. So you want to step up. You want to put on this masculine hat when it's to satisfy your ego, but you ain't actually trying to walk in your masculinity.
I agree with that 1,000%. I agree with that 1,000%, baby, because I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm not paying the mortgages or if I ain't putting in the work as a man, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I can only speak for me. I can't speak for all men. But if I'm down on my luck financially, I ain't even out here trying to date. I need to get myself together.
That's a fact.
And also, another thing that I want to point out is that oftentimes, there's an article that was talking about the rise in single only, because when it comes to emotional intelligence and emotional IQ, women are far ahead of men. Men are falling behind because they can't communicate on a level emotionally and mentally with women. So instead of trying to understand the woman that you're with, you tend to feel like, okay, well, I'm just what I can. And that's when a lot of men date down. You know that a lot of men will have what you call a high-class, classy woman, but they'll go out and get a hood rat to cheat with, because that hood rat will fill their ego up in a way that will be masturbated to the woman at home. Right. So I think I was Junior saying, you talk to the woman, they don't do anything. Okay, I need you to do more than just talk to me. You just identified, not you particularly, but I'm talking about in my last relationship. You identified that I feel like I'm paying the cost to be the boss. All right, and I'm asking you, what can we do about that to fix it? You ain't trying to step out of it. You don't want to take the role. The only thing you want to do is have your ego stroked. So you got to have some real discussions. If you want me to change, I need you to look into yourself and see the root cause. The root cause is, dude, what I'm trying to say. The root cause out your pocket and pick the side off back on.
But all right, now about your ex, I'm going to touch on another subject. Can I ask a personal question about her?
I don't care. We grown.
Okay. Did he have a father figure in his life?
He did not.
And see, I'm gonna be honest with you, and people may disagree with this, but that plays a major role if that man is playing that role as a man or not. And I'm not saying that every dude that didn't have a father, he ain't capable of being a man. But people don't realize how strong that is, because I be hearing women talking about something, well, I can teach my son how to be a man. No, the fuck you can't.
No, you can't.
So, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. And you know, I'm not shitting on anybody else, but I was raised by my dad. And I just can't, like, the stuff you were talking about, like, he ain't making the mortgages and stuff. I couldn't be with a woman if I'm getting,
Well,
you know.